It's the rundown. It's brought to you by Movement. Apparently 7 hours a day, most people are in front of a screen. We are all easily double that, and I wish I was kidding, but we're not. It's at least 14 for me.
Yeah, any hour that I'm not sleeping, I'm in front of a screen.
TV,
Do you guys
phone,
get that
computer.
weekly announcement from like your phone what's your average
Oh,
screen
heavens
time on
no.
your...
Oh, heavens no.
I get it every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. and whenever my pocket starts to buzz, I'll look at it. I'm like, good God.
What's like a number? Like what's
a
an
normal
average
average day, just on my phone, 6 hours. Just
At
phone.
least, man.
Can you not turn that off? Because I would like an Amber Alert that you can't turn off.
I want to do it to keep myself accountable, but it doesn't work.
Well, it's just like, have you changed any of your habits? No.
Oh, and now
so
that we
now
can
it just
block,
makes you feel bad about yourself.
now that we can block from a phone,
Forget it.
it's gonna
Everything
be
is
way more.
Go double.
Everything is skewed for us because like this is people who live lives that aren't centered around the internet.
Right.
Like
and
ours
they're
is
on
like,
it for 7.
Yeah, we don't necessarily have a choice.
No.
Like if we're away from our phone, that's bad news.
Right.
Because something could happen.
So our eyes are sitting here bleeding.
Yeah.
So the good folks at Movement, they've been down with us since the beginning. They were like, we have to save the eyeballs of everyone at Barstool Sports. So they came up with their blue light filtering glasses. They came up with the Everscroll glasses, so you can forever and ever be on your phone and your eyes won't go bad. You'll also look sharp. Trent's been a glasses guy forever. Pappy Chaps over there, he's been on the spectacles. Frankie's got them on right now. Looks a little more like a lesbian than usual, but the rest of us look great. Great.
The one time I put on Movement glasses in this office,
great, Frankie.
there was a buzz because I look so good. These things are ridiculous that I still have these.
Those look like they're from 1994.
Yeah. So I need to get on the Movement because when I put them on and I put it on my Instagram, people were going nuts for it.
You also have like a divot in your head.
Do I really?
Oh yeah.
I can't
You see
see
that?
Oh yeah,
Big
those
time.
are too tight.
I was gonna say, turn your head
right
to the
on
side.
your temple, Trent.
that,
You're gonna
like-
have a headache.
I mean, I can feel it. Rub your head.
I've been
You'll
wearing
feel it.
I've been wearing.
Do you feel it? I
They're
think your
way too
glasses are
tight.
maybe like 4 sizes too small, bro.
It feels like
You're wearing-
dead skin there.
You're
too.
wearing children's glasses.
Dude, there's a dent in my head.
Big time dent. It like sits right in there like a track.
That feels gross.
Yeah.
That's one of the grossest things I've ever felt.
You need some
right.
bigger Movement glasses, dude. They make them prescription? You need
Yeah,
them.
they definitely they do. Yeah,
Bro,
I gotta get on that.
get on that and get a pair that's like 3 or 4 sizes.
I cannot believe that feels like that.
That's almost worse than Chaps' screen time pointing it out. I just pointed that out and ruined your
I'm
day.
not gonna be able to stop thinking about that all day, dude. It's getting
So
a little
let's-
too real.
Let's say you're scrolling too much. Let's say you got the wrong size glasses and too big of a head. Go get yourself some Movement glasses. Go to mvmt.com/rundown. Get 15% off. Free shipping, free returns. They got the sunglasses, the blue light glasses, the watches, the whole nine. Go to mvmt.com/rundown. We got ourselves a Game 7, boys. Strasburg is just like the best pitcher in the world. Holy fucking shit. He's unbelievable. And I can't imagine the feeling of being like, I just added probably another $50 million to my contract. You know,
Yeah, I
like,
saw
I'm
John
gonna
was
get paid.
tweeting about it, how he's got 4 years, $100 million left, and then he's got an opt-out, and now it's a no-brainer to opt out and do like a
Which is crazy.
7-year,
a
250.
7-year 250. Yeah, like this is absurd. He's gonna
And-
make
and
he's supposed to make 43 million one of the years, but he's like, no, I'm gonna rip that thing up and I'm gonna make even more money.
And it's worth it. It's smart. And he's already had his Tommy John. He's probably going to be, he's
And that's
young
probably
and
his
he's
last
healthy.
big contract too.
Yeah,
He's 31.
So time to
31.
cash in. Yeah, I guess he's older than I thought. I thought he was still like, I thought he was like 29.
He's been
But
around
still.
forever.
Yeah, and I feel like it's almost like a Scherzer thing where, remember, he was older, but the number of pitches he had thrown was pretty low. So
Yeah.
like
Right.
between the years that he's missed and whatnot, he's probably still got a lot of guns in the bullet, as Dave would say. So big money coming his way. And it's got to be, or at least this is maybe my point of view. Maybe I'm not like an ultra competitor like these guys, but you go out there Game 6 and you do your thing, and he knows he's done. Like he's like, I've done my part. You know, maybe he'll come out of the pen for like, a tight situation, but just knowing you did everything in your power for the World Series.
Twice.
Twice.
Yeah.
And it's just like, well, it's in your guys' hands, and like I did my
But
part to perfection. You maybe prefer it to be a Game 7 where you clinched it, but with Scherzer on the hill, like you got these guys to Game 7, you got them to Scherzer. Like I did my part.
I'm done. I'm gonna make a boatload more money, and now I can just sit back.
How
Even
great is
if
that?
you guys screw it up, it's not gonna be on me.
like
They're gonna be like,
his-
Strasburg did his part, but these
That's
guys
like
ruined
the
it.
losers talking, but I'm like I'm on vacation, bro. Like I did my thing.
100%. 100%.
And with Scherzer in 7, I don't know, Chaps.
How do you feel?
Scherzer, Greinke's not what you want to see.
I told PFT I don't feel great
Yeah.
this morning because Greinke is not. I mean, he played well earlier in the series, but Verlander,
What the fuck,
guy,
man?
like I think that him being and losing 2 more in this World Series could hurt his legacy.
Oh,
overall.
could. I think it
'Cause
definitely does. I think
Everybody
it
like
did.
glossed over it before, like, oh, he never won a World Series because I believe in 2017, even though he didn't get the win, they won again.
Yeah.
Right.
But he didn't get the win.
Dude, I mean, I think it for sure hurts his legacy, and I wonder if it's just like a tired thing. It's just like he's great through the playoffs, awesome, and then by the time you hit
But
late
he's a
October, early
horse,
November,
though.
like his arm is just cooked.
I think
'Cause
he
it doesn't make sense.
He gets too amped up, I think.
Yeah, he's
Because like
overthrowing.
normally, like when you watch a game, he'll start the game at like 93, 94. These games he starts at like 96, 97.
Yeah.
Like I think he has trouble bringing down the
Which
juice.
is almost even worse in my mind because it's like you've had, was it 7 starts now? 6, 7
Yeah.
starts? Like figure it out.
At
If you're out
home
there
with the lead.
overthrowing and too amped up, like I can understand once or twice, but after a while, like slow your roll, dude.
If I'm Verlander, I start
Easier
retweeting
said
like
than done,
Kershaw
I
stats or
imagine.
something. Like, don't let the world know or forget that Kershaw is a thing in the playoffs
He
too.
needs. I mean, if they win this, because it'll get glossed over again. It's just like, oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He did his part to get them there to the World Series. Then they figured it out without him. No big deal. They lose this one. This whole shit with nobody at home winning is preposterous.
Yeah, I
Utterly
called
ridiculous. You called it?
it though. Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
I mean, I was
What a
joking,
strange- what a
but I
specific call.
wrote, I wrote a tweet that said that this feels like that the home team's going to win every game, and the Astros will break that series in Game 7. I did that after Game 2.
Hey now.
Holy
Good chapsy.
shit.
Yeah.
That is strange. I think they said that's the first time it's ever happened in
Yeah,
baseball
yeah.
history.
Yep. I mean, that's absolutely unheard of. It's
Yeah.
crazy. We also had the pimp off last night between Soto and Bregman. I like the new wrinkle of just carrying the bat with you. Bartolo did it first. Just want everyone to remember that. The apology from Bregman is so fucking lame, but I guess you got to kind of do that.
No, you don't.
Well, I just let my emotions get the best of me, and it's not how I was raised to play the game, and I just let my emotions get the best of me, and I'm sorry for doing that.
I
don't
didn't
have
know
to
he
do
apologized, and I don't like it.
He said it was so obviously fake. He was like, well,
That's not how I was
I'm
raised.
sorry. He goes like
raised?
I'm sorry that I did that. That's not how I was raised to play the game, and I'm sorry I did that. He just like said it again.
No, you
like,
just
he
I think
clearly,
you do the McGregor where it's like you act like you're gonna apologize. If you're gonna apologize, you act like you're going to, and then you just don't. That's not something you need to apologize for. I hope somebody carries the bat all the way around.
And
the
there's
bases.
there's
All the
less and less people that care. I told Jared because he got a hold of one too, like later on in the game. I was like, after Soto brought his bat to first, I was like, he needs to just bring it to second.
Keep
Like,
going.
This is just a thing.
one up each other. Soto's disgusting. Rendon's disgusting. These guys should, if you hit a World Series home run, you should do whatever the fuck you want with the bat.
Whatever you want. You should cartwheel around the bases if you want to.
And then there's the controversial call with Trey Turner. I don't know why people are still freaking out because, like, if you win the game, who cares?
Yeah.
Like, if they lost the game, and that was a pivotal moment, but it was a biggest ball don't lie situation ever. Rendon smacks one out of the fucking world, and they won. So it was a bad call. It's crazy that they made the bad call after reviewing it. Like, in real time, it's one thing. To review it and still get it wrong is terrible.
So I didn't watch the game. I'm not watching this World Series really, but it's like I didn't realize that Dave Martinez got thrown out after the home run.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went ballistic.
So like he went crazy. Like I understand. Like would you still be going crazy if like the ball don't lie thing
Yeah.
happens and then you're just kind of like,
I think
oh, all right.
I think that'll be the reason why they win. I think they're going to be so geeked up about what happened. Imagine the little fire up speech that he's going to give before that.
Yeah, he went crazy.
Crazy.
Nuts. They had like 4 people holding him back.
It's tough for the Astros fans, Chaps.
Yeah, we'll get through it.
To the NBA.
How you doing?
Good.
The crowd.
I got crucified last
I
night.
know.
by the way,
I
on
just
the
actually
internet.
was watching the rundown from yesterday when you guys were talking about him. Is that what you were talking about?
No,
Oh,
Kate
whoops.
was posting all kinds of terrible pictures of me.
That picture that Kate put out was not nice.
It rivals the sweater pic
Yeah.
easily.
Yeah,
And it was over and over and over again.
Now she did have she did put out a disgusting picture of herself too.
Oh, but that's just
Kinda
trying to
even
get
it
the
out.
heat off of herself. Like, why would you be so mean to Chaps?
Yeah,
that one's been
that was
out long
self-serving as well.
forgotten.
Yeah.
Because when Liz put out the picture of the sweater pic, it was an accident. And I know it was an accident because it was there at the same time. She's like, I didn't even see or look at you whenever I post the picture.
Which is fair because everyone
Kate
just looks at
went
themselves.
searching
Yeah.
for the picture.
Kate found that Yep.
That's your co-host.
I mean, that
I know.
screenshot.
No loyalty.
stabbed in the back.
Right.
Well, but it's also one of those things like, you make fun of your best friends.
Not like that. I don't.
You said something funny on the rundown when he just makes that face. He's got that little face. You got like you just see smile and
Like
you
this,
just
like, yep, there it is. Like, well, my face looks like this.
this is it. How long do you think it's gonna take for it to grow back to what it used to be?
I don't know, dude. It's going slower than I thought. Honestly, I woke up. I was like, still.
You don't
like,
have even a
I get-
shadow.
I know. I don't get it.
It's not like hair on your head,
What if
but
my hair
still,
doesn't come
I
back?
get nervous about cutting hair when you're older. Like, it might just not come back.
It's just over. Now this is
That would be
By
terrible.
the way,
That'd be
I
the
didn't
worst
quite
thing that's ever happened
understand
to
the
me.
circumstances. You letting a random New York City barber?
Yeah.
That's insane.
No,
Like if your hometown guy says this and you trust him and you roll the dice and you're like, all right, I'm gonna listen to my guy. But some fucking buffoon off the street
Oh,
convinces
Boris
you
is
to.
not a buffoon.
Oh, he's
No,
a buffoon.
he's
Well,
a-
I mean, clearly he's a buffoon.
I'm with Chaps. I'm easily impressionable in the barber's chair. When I'm in there, like if they want me to do something,
barber's chair's fine. Isn't this random? I mean,
Even-
your
doesn't
hair
matter
is
who it
one
is.
thing.
I remember
Why
I
would you
had-
even why'd you go to a barber on a vacation? What is that about?
Well, earlier in the day, I went to
That's
go
crazy.
get some ice cream, and a barber, he was Turkish, came outside and he was like, "Hey, we need to clean up your beard."
Insane.
And so when I was
Totally crazy.
when I was
So
walking
you didn't
by,
even make a barber trip. You just got
No,
pulled off the
it-
trip for an ice cream.
Well, no, I went later because he put the earworm in my brain. I was like, "Do I look like shit? I need to clean this thing up." Clearly, if a barber's practically running out of his shop to tell me to go
Yeah.
clean my pubic face up, I need to do something.
I
And
get it.
Boris
If
took
you,
advantage.
if you
I
went
get it.
to if you went somewhere for foreplay, there was a barber in town, you'd be like, all right, do me up.
yeah.
You're
Yeah,
insane.
I had a guy.
That's
I had a guy,
nuts.
the guy who I'd say I'm impressionable. I had a guy like try to even out the front here.
Yeah.
Where he just like it didn't want to be round, so he just tried to square it
line
off.
up?
He
That'll
tried to
start in like the
square
middle of your
off.
head.
Yeah, and I was just like, and I remember tipping him more because I felt bad that
'Cause he
he
put in
felt
more
bad,
effort.
and I just felt bad that he felt bad. So I knew, and I was like, I'll give him more. And I wore a hat for 3 weeks. Mm-hmm. It's tough. Being
Yeah.
in the barber chair, if you tell me something like, I think this could look good, I don't have the power
No,
to say no.
you're super vulnerable in the barber chair. I get that. They show you they do the mirror in the back and it could look like shit, and you go, okay,
Yeah.
good, and give them your
Just
tip.
what I wanted.
But to be getting ice cream and have a stranger tell you to change your whole look, and you to be like, okay, that's crazy, chaps.
It was a bad decision.
It was. we learned from
back.
our
I think
mistakes.
we could-
Have your family reacted at all?
My wife won't answer my FaceTimes. So.
I mean, she's just like, she's
Like, I just don't even want to see your face.
she's like, if I
will
if
speak
I-
to you audio,
Yeah,
but no.
if
We do
I-
audio FaceTimes right now.
That's the meanest
if I
shit
slide
I've
that
ever
over, I'm
heard.
gonna see a ghoul. I don't
That
want
is
to.
the meanest shit I've ever heard. Wow, that's tough. Okay, I think you look great. You look awesome.
Yeah.
It's a
little
cool.
fat.
It's a cool look, man.
No, it's
Cool.
cool. It's fine.
Hey, right? It's like this.
What do you do?
Not cut your beard. That's what you can do.
Yeah. Lesson learned.
LeBron had the whole arena chanting Taco Tuesday. I think this would probably be like funny or cool with almost anybody else in the world. Like if you had a funny social media thing going and the crowd started chanting it. But my main thing on top of LeBron just like sucking so much these days, that was like the most like interested I've seen him during a basketball game in a long time. And
he
it's
like
because
couldn't
of his,
contain himself. He-
Yeah. Like it has nothing to do with play anymore. It has nothing to do with winning anymore. It's like the most excited he's been on a basketball court in like several seasons. It feels like is when the crowd was talking about Taco Tuesday.
He's on easy street now. He's got because Anthony Davis went 40 and 20 last night.
Yeah.
I think LeBron had like 23 and 8. He can focus on other things now. He's
Yeah,
got
as long
somebody
as they
else
keep
carrying the
winning.
weight.
If they win,
Yeah.
he can just chill. And 23 and 8, it's like great for everyone else, but shit for him. But he's gonna need AD doing. What's wrong? We did the wrong ad? No. He's gonna need AD doing like 40 and 20 to be able to do that.
Of all the things that have driven me crazy about LeBron over the years, this is the one, the Taco Tuesday thing. I just hate it.
It's
Like he
just so
invented it.
nerdy, and everybody acts like it's cool because it's LeBron, and it's not at all.
That's what I'm saying.
It's
Like
just
if
you're
someone
a
else
dad,
like
dude. Like
really
this
loved
is,
Taco Tuesday or something, I'd be like, all right, kind of funny, kind
and
of
it's-
quirky, whatever.
Everybody behind him was acting like it was the funniest thing in the world.
It was fun.
There is
Him
this
up,
thing
like-
where like, if you go out into the actual world, like LeBron is a loved
I
person.
know, I know.
Like we are in a bit of a bubble, and I think the people
But-
on the internet dislike him a lot, especially people that we associate with. But if you go out there, LeBron, people love
He's a
this
king.
guy.
He's revered. But anybody with like a little bit of their own opinions and perspective, and who can understand, who can separate like great player from douchebag person, and
Yeah.
if you have any sort of like ability to have nuanced thoughts, you realize this guy sucks.
Taco Tuesday thing is just ridiculous.
The GM of the Bucs has a burner where he praises Jameis Winston. It's like the anti-Colangelo. I don't know. Why not just like praise your guy publicly, like
Yeah, it
you know,
doesn't
with
bode
your own
well if
account.
you can't do it publicly and
Yeah.
like, go out there and say. I guess because a lot of GMs don't speak like publicly anymore
Yeah.
during the season, which I think is horseshit. Like go
Yeah.
out there, like whenever you don't make a trade, you know, every fan knows. Like we know the Jags are like we need a cornerback. You don't make a trade, you need the GM to go out and say why you didn't make the trade.
Mm-hmm.
You have Jamal Adams on the block, go out and say why he was on the block.
Yeah, so that's a whole mess too. Jamal is saying that they were shopping him. Joe Douglas and Adam Gase say that they weren't shopping, but they were just taking calls. I don't
That's
really.
shopping.
Yeah,
Like, that's
Taking
shopping.
calls, yeah, that's
Like, if
that's
you
the
have a
definition.
franchise player,
there is
you
a
don't
difference
do it.
between like I'm trying to get rid of this guy and like, hey, listen, if someone comes and knocks us over with like a Khalil Mack deal,
Yeah.
we'll think about it. I don't know enough about Joe Douglas yet because he really hasn't been doing.
Hey, Dave.
I heard you talking about my guy Joe Douglas.
Yeah, what's he doing?
Listen, you're wrong.
What?
Not shopping him?
No, I said they should shop him.
Oh, listen.
But you should
Jamal
speak up
Adams
on
should
when-
shut up. The Jets are the worst team in the league. If someone calls you, is like, "Hey, are you interested?" Like everybody's
Yeah,
gonna
but
walk
what,
for the Jets.
if you've had some sort of meeting talking about like I want to be here and there's some sort of like
Who cares what Jamal wants? I want fucking a bazillion dollars. Lots of guys want it. Lots of guys want to be places. The Patriots have a million of them. Belichick, if he gets a better offer, see ya. It's a business. Like, shut up, Jamal Adams. You're the worst fucking team in the league.
Yeah,
if you get a Herschel Walker type offer, you have to entertain it.
that's for sure. But I think if you have some sort of discussion meeting beforehand and then do the exact opposite of what you talked about,
But
and like that's why it should
Jamal
be it should be
Adams-
like that discussion, that conversation, that meeting, whatever it was, should be like, listen, we want you, but if we're listening to amazing offers, like we have to.
But
talk
it sounded
about
like Jamal Adams was saying, we had a meeting, and Jamal Adams said, I want to be here. And Joe's like, great, we want you here. Phone rings the next day. The Cowboys, are you willing to listen to offers? Of course you do.
Yeah,
You'd be
I
an
just think
idiot
that needs
not
to be like communicated. And I
Yeah,
also
just
think
don't
that
go out and
I don't know
say
who's
from-
running
if
the
you're
show. By the
GM,
way,
like, no, we weren't taking offers. If you are taking offers, be like, yeah, we're running a business
You're
here.
always taking off.
but also
Right,
your
so
boy's
don't
not
say
doing
that
anything.
you aren't.
Adam
do you mean?
Gase is running the show.
No way.
Yes way.
No way.
Yes way. I
No
mean,
way.
nobody has talked about Joe Douglas at all. Joe Douglas is doing nothing. Adam Gase
he's
is like
getting
has
talked
full
about
control
now.
of this. This is the only time I've ever heard him. Everybody across the board is
No
saying that Adam
chance.
Gase
You
has full
don't pay.
control.
You don't pay your GM as much as they paid him if you're not. He's not the
Well,
GM.
he needs to fucking step
Dave
up
Caldwell.
then because
Jags did
everybody
too.
in the world thinks that Adam Gase is running the show.
Well, they're fools. And why, if he's running the show, why would Jamal Adams trash Joe?
He said the GM and the coach.
Yeah,
Trash
but
both of them.
it was more the GM from everything I read.
He just wouldn't mention him by name. But everybody knows that Adam Gase is a buffoon. Everybody's saying he has more power than every other normal head coach situation. Joe Douglas has been mentioned like 0 times in any of their
I think
like,
if
any
Joe
of their
Douglas
deals.
come over here and hit you like a potato, like Mr. Potato.
I
just
hope Joe
bang.
Douglas fucking steps up and
It is such
takes
a
control of
conflicted,
Adam Gase.
like, tough situation for me to be in because I do despise the New York Jets and I like Joe because of a friend of mine.
I would love for him to take over and tell Adam
He
Gase
is
to shut the
taking
fuck up.
It's like, I mean, a lot of these guys were there before Joe got there.
Yeah,
So I mean,
he
he
should
was
clean
a
house. He
late.
should get rid
he's
of
a
all
late-
these fucking- get rid of Adam Gase, get rid of fucking
that is-
everybody.
That is theoretically why he's like open any offer. If
Yeah,
someo's like, I'll
again,
give you a gazillion draft picks for him. And the way Joe answered the questions, the quotes I saw, is like, of course I'm listening to everybody. That's what I'm taught to do. Like,
We've fielded a lot of calls on a lot of players. Some players has been public. Other players hasn't been public. One thing I will say is that on the players that were leaked out today, those weren't players that we were shopping. But where I'm from and what I was taught is when a team calls you, you should always listen to what they have to say.
somebody calls up and says, hey,
get
I have
Tom
an
Brady for
offer.
him. Yeah, of course.
Like, I'm going to listen.
For
What, am I,
sure.
an idiot? So Jamal Adams, you know what? I don't know really who he fucking thinks he is.
Oh.
The Jets have won like 2 games in a fucking decade. So, hey, Jamal Adams, shut your fucking face. That's all I got. Chaps look good today.
Thank you. Appreciate that,
You
Dave.
can always listen to every offer. You just, especially with a guy like Jamal Adams, who you know is going to run right to fucking Twitter, open his mouth, and
Yeah.
especially a guy on the team, like one of the only talented people on this team. If he says he wants to be with you, you have some sort of meeting, and you think there's a chance he might be traded, you have to have all your cards on the table. Because if you try to do anything other than that, he's going to do exactly what he did.
But you
He's gonna
can't.
run right
the
to the
only
media,
thing
right
that
to
you
the
can't
fans, and he's
do
going to be an
is
asshole.
say he wasn't on the trading block. You can't say that.
Right, 'cause he
you
was.
just go
That's a
out,
lie.
Just
He
go
was.
out and be like,
Everyone's on the trading block.
This team
Trading block.
stinks.
Yes.
Everybody's on the trading block.
No doubt. Come on back. Come on back. Don't say he's not on the trading block if you're willing to trade somebody. Say that everyone's available.
Listen, he wasn't on the trading block, but if my house isn't for sale and someone knocks on my door, it's like, I will give you $100 million for your house. Guess
Yeah,
what?
but he was
It's on
kind
the
of on the
block.
trading block. When they were like when they wanted to do it with the
Deal with
Cowboys,
that,
and they just,
Chaps.
when they wanted to trade him to the Cowboys and they just couldn't come to an offer, he was on the trading block.
Jesus.
Yeah, you got one buddy who gets in the NFL, and all of a sudden you
Yeah.
defended the New
I'll
York
be
Jets.
honest. I didn't-
Dave Portnoy, biggest Jets fan in the league.
Davy Jets.
Unbelievable.
I didn't realize they were buddies. And
Yeah.
he came out of there on fire.
Maybe his buddy
Oh,
can step up and get Adam
uh-oh.
Gase to shut the fuck up.
Okay.
It's Testaverde, Gase,
No,
and
I have
Portnoy.
one more thing. Yeah, he is my buddy. I went to the Jets-Patriots game. I was in the GM suite. It was
Okay.
beautiful. He told me
Sounds
his
nice.
wife, watch out because she may punch me in the face if I cheer too hard for the Patriots. This is non-related. Remember the Penn State, the guy I went in the fight with? I haven't blogged it, so you guys have no idea this is happening. But the Penn State newspaper, the kid who wrote the article and had the quote from the professor where they didn't include the part that I got mad about. Then he doubled down on it. And he's like, we don't know that she said it, blah, blah, blah. I just saw an article today. Talk about an under the radar. The Daily Collegian at Penn State has issued now a correction. Phrasing in previous version of this article mischaracterized Marie Harden's comments in the NBC News article. The Daily Collegian apologizes for this error. Thank you. I only had to drag that fucking apology, and they do it, and like, this is like when fucking Art Modell moved the Browns. Like,
in
did
the
it
dead
in
of
the dead
night.
of night when
Yeah.
nobody fucking knew it. They didn't only misquote
And this
it.
is the school newspaper.
Yeah, they didn't only misquote it. Then the kid doubled down that he didn't misquote it. And then I heard crickets. Now they're like, oh yeah, we fucked that one up. Yeah, no shit.
And to think that they're gonna sneak that in, and Dave Portnoy's not gonna
Yeah.
find this shit.
Oh, yeah.
It's like,
Oh,
give
yeah.
me
Yeah,
a break.
no
Yeah.
shit. That kid should be banned from media.
Executed?
Nope.
Okay. Just checking. Just checking.
Like people say I'm crazy. They'll remember all the noise I made. It's like I was right. They just admit it's crazy.
But nobody will talk about the apology.
Never. It's like Dave Portnoy attacked some kid. It's like, well, he fucking's a liar.
Dave, what do you think about Taco Tuesday?
He only did that because I wasn't at the
Last bit here, last topic. This Mike Francesa clip.
Oh.
How you doing, Mike?
Good. What's happening?
You know, I was thinking about this for the NFL, and also it could be a solution in the NBA too. Have they ever discussed to prevent teams from tanking, doing a reversal? So, like the best teams that haven't made that don't make the playoffs. So if you're 8-8 or you're 9-7 and you just miss out because of whatever tiebreaker, those teams get the number one pick and they go backwards. I know that, you know, we don't see tanking all the time, but you see cases like the front office of what Houston did years ago, what the Knicks did last year, and the Celtics and Sixers, and now we're seeing it with the Dolphins. So is there any way that they can incentivize these teams to say, look, you're 8-8, you're 7-9, but you know what? You missed out by whatever, a tiebreaker. Could they ever do that? And does it make sense?
I don't think there's an easy remedy. It's a very tricky situation. They have to have a mechanism in place in the big game to overturn the blatant mistake, like happened in the New Orleans game. Now that play, there is not a doubt in the world that you would call a penalty on that play. I mean, a penalty would be called on that play 98 out of 100 times, maybe even 99 out of 100 times.
I mean, I don't want to be dramatic, but it might be like top 5 Mike.
Top 5.
Which is like,
There's a
because it's like, if you're a Mongo and you've really been listening to him, I mean, this is so Mike. When you see him on his phone just scrolling, looking up, not listening. A long-winded 58-second question from a caller.
Yeah.
He's talking about God knows what. And Mike just blatantly answers a completely different question. Guy's talking about the problem with tanking. Mike talks about the problem with overturning calls. And nobody says a word. Nobody cares. He keeps it moving. Number one.
I'm a little stunned this doesn't happen all the time to him. That he just like
When you take
forgets
calls for like 4 hours a day.
Yeah, right. He doesn't just like always jump back and forth. But that's
Everybody who's ever hosted a radio program with callers has been in that situation.
Well, especially when
where
they
you're
go on and on.
Yeah,
like
you're
a
like,
minute.
what the fuck did you just say? And then you can't have dead air, and you don't want them to repeat. You can't say, I'm sorry, what did you say? Like, you can't have them repeat that same minute-long question.
Do the people around Mike, like, does he know he's made this mistake now? Or does it just, is it forever he's just like, I answered the question that got asked to me and that's it?
The internet is definitely, like, he definitely is aware of Funhouse, the guy who like, always tweets out his shit.
Yeah.
His producer, Monzo, certainly is aware of him, hates him. Every now and then, Monzo will, like, chime in his ear and kind of correct him, but for the most part, I think it's just like,
Yeah.
because who cares?
Why would the producer hate it, though? It's like free publicity, and people
yeah,
like
but
love that shit.
Yeah, but it's
making
it's
fun.
more like, you know, you're coming at my guy, and he's always. I mean, Funhouse has such an axe to grind with Mike. It's not just like here are clips of Mike. He always, sometimes, for the most part, Mike does a lot of silly stuff or contradictory stuff. But this guy also will dig up anything and everything, trying to like, you know, tear him down. It's like, bro, you are one of the biggest Mike Francesa fans in the world. Shut the fuck up.
If you listen every
Every day.
thing.
And yeah, he'll claim, oh, no, I don't like him. I'm just doing this because I have to, like, expose him. I'm like, okay, man.
It's not that
Mike
serious.
Francesa is your life,
Yeah.
you know?
I
Yeah,
like-
it's not that. That's why I can laugh at it. That's why I think it's funny. It's just like he does whatever he wants. He literally will talk about whatever he wants in the face of a question about a totally different topic, and it doesn't matter.
I did see he's fallen behind Michael Kay in the rankings or whatever. I don't know all about that. I don't know that world, but his response was funny to me. He was like that would be like spiking a football if your team's down 77-0 because
Yeah.
he's been leading for so long.
Yeah.
And now they're going crazy about beating him for 1 week.
And yeah, that's the thing. They always like the time frame or the time slot, and it's like they beat him for like 45 seconds, and he's happy. They're happy about it. Whatever. This is LeBron. This is his like retirement tour. He's like, I'm still doing it, but I'm basically like feet up. The crowds are chanting Taco Tuesday.
This is like the post-retirement tour.
Yes.
Because he retired and then he came right back.
This is just like he's, you know, still talking sports in his retirement, but there happens to be a microphone recording at the same time.
I'm new to the Francesa world, but my favorite one was when he was counting the bowl games on live air.
I
Got up to like 37.
He just makes noises and he counts. It's unreal. Sometimes there's dead air where I thought my radio like cut out.
Yeah.
He goes like,
Perks you up a little bit. You're
like,
like, oh shit.
huh? And he's like, you know, yep, oh, he's still there. Still there.
So good.
All right, that's it. That's the rundown. Anything for after show? Chaps looks beautiful. Nate and PFT will have a game 7.
I think that's it.
All good. Stephen Chea's got a lot to answer for with this burner. See what he says on what he said on the yak. Never know. All right, that's it.